Alright, guys and girls, welcome back to another episode. See if I can turn it down a little bit on the microphone because it seems a little bit loud. So how do I always turn this one down a minute? It's not allowing me to turn it down for some reason. Hang on. Is this on? Is this one? 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Or is it? Oh, that's the Zoom. Oh, I'll try to leave that for now. But anyway, so today it is, let's have a look, what day is it today? Sunday, 7th of February. It's 7:50 at night time. And, so I was in VR last night on my Oculus Quest 2. Oculus Quest 2. I have actually heard the Oculus Quest. There's rumours that Quest 3 is coming out, or the Oculus Quest 3 is coming out, or is in production at the moment. With that, was it Mark Zuckerberg or something from Facebook? Anyway, that's going to be a total different video because I actually, it could be similar on the same video as this one. What I've got to say, but it's very, very, very alarming at the moment. So I've got my iPhone right here. I'm using the iPhone 11 Pro. Something weird happened around about 2 o'clock this morning. It's around about 2 a.m. this morning. That was weird. And we're on the Oculus Quest 2 this morning. Well, I was on the Oculus Quest 2. A friend of mine, she was on the Oculus One, or Oculus Quest 1. Because she's got the Quest 1. She's having a lot of problems with it as well. With the headset, keeps overheating and stuff. But my other friend, Shadow, so it was me, Shadow, and Kit Kat and all that. We were sort of like in VR, talking to each other. We're best friends anyway, we always talk to each other. And then I was talking about the pub opening up. Because there's rumours that the pubs are opening up now, maybe May or April. But they're going to be serving no alcohol. But it's all rumoured at the moment till we find out what the hell's going up from government. Anyway, I said to my friend, I thought it was actually April. He goes to me, it was actually, he thinks he heard it was May. So Shadow was saying to me, it was like May or something. And then something weird happened. So basically, like, I was just having my headset on. We're talking about the discussion. Well, I discussed it first of all. I came up with the topic first. Next minute, my phone turns on to that Siri, which is like basically like that Amazon Dot, or one where basically it's like a microphone. It turns on if it hears certain things. And do you know what actually happened, guys and girls? I'll let you on a thing what happened. Suddenly, it starts actually coming into the conversation. Literally, it came into the conversation. And when my friend said, about that he reckons he heard it in May sometime, my actual iPhone turned on and said, I reckon that too. I reckon that too. And it's kind of weird. I'm wondering if they're actually listening to our conversations at Apple, or these places are actually listening to people's conversations and then also trying to get into it. Or if maybe not just Apple, it could be Facebook trying to get into or trying to listen to our conversations. And I'm thinking, right, I've got nothing to hide anyway, so I don't really give a shit if they're listening to us and all that, because I'm on the sort of headset and I'm on the tippy tappy and all that kind of stuff, on watching TV and stuff and all that. And I'm not really worried. I mean, obviously we've got all those of these devices. I mean, I've got the Apple TV box from Apple. I've got the iPhone. I'm thinking about getting a iMac computer sometime for my birthday next month. I'm still looking into it. But it's really strange. I've also noticed with YouTube, a friend of mine's account, sort of like just noticed on my friend's YouTube account, it's coming up with their history of what they've been watching. And anyway, so hang on, let it sore throat. Alright, got a bit of sore throat. That was all. Alright. So, anyway. So I'm thinking whether these companies are actually starting to listen into our conversations and all that. And if so, this we have no privacy now. We have no privacy at all. Literally, it's like I mean, you could be talking about anything. You're like you could be talking about your body parts to a friend of mine in private, and then suddenly, or not like private parts about. I mean, you know what I mean. Not like in a sexual kind of way, but obviously could have something on there, and you go to the doctor and you've got something wrong with you, and obviously when you're at a hospital or doctors, it's supposed to be confidential between you and your doctor. Now, say if you wanted to sort of discuss it with a friend or family member, or maybe you've got mental health problems or something, or you're not well, or you're ill and stuff, and you actually convey in a friend, and then suddenly they're listening to you and stuff, and then they can use that information to put onto Google or these websites and put all the information or usual data to do it. And I think that is absolutely flipping bad. And I think it's getting to the point now, like we cannot have an actual conversation without anything come into it. Now I want to get an iMac. I saw it like an i5 computer. I think it was around 8 gigs. I think it's about 8 gigs of RAM or something in it. Or I might try and see if I can get 16 gigs in there. It's the 2020 version, but it's near, I think it's just over 2,000 or something. But I'm going to have to look into it because I won't be able to pay it full straight out. But it'd be for my video editing because I want to get rid of this big bad boy down here, which is my RTX 2080 in it. Because I just want it purely for video editing, just like not what I'm doing now because I'm doing talks, but I want to start doing more video editing. And obviously, yeah, I could probably get something equivalent on the PC for probably a fraction of the price or a third of the price, but at least it lasts for a few years, and I want to start doing 4K editing and 8K editing. Now, I haven't got an 8K camera at the moment, but at some point I will. But also, I've got a 360 camera. And I want to start doing some 360 video editing as well. Which is going to be my sort of big sort of thing doing on 360. Because I do have a Quest 2, Oculus Quest 2. And I want to put some of those videos on my YouTube channel for you guys to check out and stuff and all that. That'd be quite cool. But anyway, but what really annoys me to this point in time, right, if companies like Apple are spying on their customers, even though they said they're the biggest, like, on privacy networks ever, then I have no idea. But actually, it kind of makes me wonder, because Facebook at the moment have been having sort of like digs at Apple, and Apple's having digs at Facebook, and it kind of makes me wonder. Now, we've heard that Apple is trying to get rid of Facebook off their platform or their headset, because they're trying to say that they're using Facebook's using basically everyone's privacy data on the Apple phones or the Apple devices. Now, it makes me wonder if it's Facebook that are actually spying on the customers of Apple users. in that way. And it makes me wonder, why is it my phone here comes up with Siri on it, and then starts talking like it's having a conversation. It started putting a word out. Then I noticed my internet went down 2 seconds later, so my internet like just crashed on me when I was doing the video. Not video, but when I was talking to my friends, and then suddenly I was talking about the pub. Only just a normal conversation about the pub being closed down. Next minute, not closed down, I mean opening up, but for no alcohol in there. They're not selling any alcohol. And I think that's a great idea, actually. I think it's a great idea not to sell alcohol. Because I've been in, I went into a local pub with me and my mum. And we were just in there, having some bite to eat, vegan foods and all of that. Next minute, right, I get accused of beating my mum up. And this guy was pissed, and his girlfriend was pissed as well. And it's like, they were both drunk. Now, thing is, what really annoys me, I think there should be a penalty that people get drunk. If they get drunk like they do, and I tell you what, the barmaid or the bar people who works behind them, they didn't do anything at all. And we've been going in there for like months and months and months, since my mum came out of like hospital, and then about a month, actually I think it was a month afterwards, because I said to the bloke, I said my mum's been in hospital and all that, and he called me a bloody liar and stuff, and like I've actually had proof with videos I've been doing stuff on my YouTube channel and stuff. So you can't call me a bloody liar when I've got it on there, that my mum was in hospital for 7 weeks. And I was there every single day, as much as the time of day I could go there and stuff. And it goes to show, when people are drunk and drinking alcohol, and it goes straight to their heads, I think they should be penalised if they start trouble and stuff in there. And I think, to be honest, the pubs should be doing a lot more to control their customers when they go and have a spasm like that of alcohol and all that shit. Because I think, to be honest, I think there should be a lot more done. But getting back to that sort of like security thing, I think Facebook should do more to do with security. Because I've noticed, actually, I noticed a friend of mine on Facebook, because I actually noticed this the other day, that their families were on the recommended list. And it said, oh, you may know this, like you may know this list. And it comes up with people that you may know or connected, and they've got their Facebook on private. And I think it's disgusting how Facebook, right, of all one of the biggest companies out, except for like sort of Apple in their way, is actually exposing the information and putting it out there of people's family connected on there. I think they should be doing a lot more for security wise. But I was thinking, no wonder they're bloody getting sort of like taken to court or whatever is going to happen to them. I mean, they've got about 40, 50 different lawsuits against them. And I think, to be honest, I think it should be time for when people like us, who's having our information exposed to the public, when we've got all ours on private, we should be doing something about them as well. And I think we should be standing up to the courts with them and all that, and say to them about it, and say, look, why is our information being put there when it's in private? It don't make any sense. And also, with YouTube, I've noticed it saves your playlist without your knowledge and stuff. Got a friend of mine as well. They've actually sort of like been watching videos or doing their work and stuff on YouTube, and they didn't even realise when they were watching certain videos, it's been backing up their playlist automatically. I mean, come on, is that some sort of? And thing is, they said basically that their work, if they're doing private stuff and they're looking at private things and it's coming up with all the playlist, it's ridiculous how their playlist is automatically saving all the videos that they've watched, and they've put them on the history thing. Obviously, they're not on the history bit of what they've watched, because they can see their history, but no one else can. But with the playlist, it makes a playlist automatically, and I've just noticed that for them. And I said, yeah, you definitely need to see if you can actually put that on private or go into settings. I'm still looking on there to see where the private list is on it. But I think that's bad when you've got your information or your videos being exposed on there of what you're watching and what you're not watching. Really bad. I think YouTube, Facebook, and Apple need to tighten up on their security. I think Apple, if they are spying on their customers, actually, obviously, or trying to get involved in with the customers, especially with that Siri, I think that's pretty bad. And also, sometimes these like Siri or Google, whatever you want to call it, yes, Google, or hello Google, and all this kind of stuff comes up. I think they're probably spying on people, and sometimes it automatically turns on without your knowledge. You don't even have to say anything. Or if you've got Echo Dot or these the Dot Amazon things, they're starting to spy on their customers, and it's getting really, really creepy as well. What happens if they're looking at people with their cameras? Or spying on them through the camera. They could be watching us right now while I'm doing this video. I mean, I've got nothing to hide, but obviously, I mean, you still don't want your information exposed to the world and all that kind of stuff. I mean, what you see is what you get on here about me and all that. So I don't really sort of like hide anything and all that shit, but like there's people who are doing important work and they're being spied on for doing their important work, and I think it's disgusting. But let us know in the comments below, guys and girls, what you guys and girls think. I think they should tighten up all the security on Amazon, on Apple. They should do it on Facebook, and they should do it on Google, and they should do it on actually Oculus as well. I think, to be honest, with that Oculus Quest 2 and Facebook, it should be separate. Because I've noticed with the Quest as well, and the Quest 2, the Quest 1 and 2, what they do, they have a section where it says, you may know this on the Quest as well. And it's got, say if you've got a friend, it comes up and exposes their friends as well and says, oh, friends of friends list. And I think that's actually bad as well. And I think that Mark Zuckerberg, I think they're probably doing it to do it on purpose. To spy on people, to get the information. Because I was on Google, actually, I'll give you one last thing before I go. I was on Google the other night, typing in Sketchfab, and I was doing sort of some work, downloading some 3D models to put into my game project, which I'm building some maps for Alt Space. Nothing too secrecy and all that and stuff. So I go onto my Facebook, next minute, I'm seeing it all on my Facebook. It says you've just used Sketchfab. I've not even actually put it onto my Facebook. Or it comes up with people's information, what they've been looking for on Google, and then it goes on to Facebook. So are they sort of like integrating with each other or something? Or are they actually spying on Google's websites? It's just ridiculous. But let us know in the comments below, guys and girls. I want to hear from you about this. If you've had the same thing. Do you think your smartphone is spying on you as well? And how can we tighten up security and stop people actually exposing our data and exposing what we're talking about in private to other people? I think it's really bad. But stay safe, guys and girls, and I'll see you on the next episode.